G'day, Ricker from Patch to Plate here with a short video on Rockwool. I've had a couple of people ask me what I use to grow in my Aeroponics tower. So this is them here. They're called Growdown cubes or Rockwool cubes are the names I see most often. So it's superheated rock spun into a fibre and then formed into these cubes. It's used in home insulation and things, and obviously hydroponic growers really like it because of its ability to hold water and also give a structure for the roots to hold onto when you're growing hydroponically. Okay, so what we need today, pretty simple setup. So just a little jug of water, a bowl and a couple of toothpicks, our pH meter, and of course our Rockwool cubes, and they're just on a little bed of perlite. Now, important step this is just to pH balance your water. Particularly when you're using Rockwool, you want to be using water sort of around pH sort of between 6 and 7 is fine. I normally aim for about that 6.5 mark. I've done that already, and sorry to sound like Safety Sam all the time, but remember when you're pH balancing water, you're using pretty corrosive chemicals, so just take care. We don't want anyone to get hurt when they're doing this. Okay, so we've got our water balanced. We'll just throw our Rockwool cubes in there, and they'll just suck that water up, and they should all sink to the bottom. Now these ones you probably notice they look like they're recycled, and they are. So this is from a batch or probably a few batches where I haven't had any germination out of these ones, so I don't throw them away, I just reuse them again. You can reuse them as many times as you need to. And these are just going to sit in there, and through the magic of YouTube, here we go. So one thing I've just remembered is it's important to not have the Rockwool cube fully soaked with water. You want them really damp but not soaked. So what I do is just pick them up like this and just give them a couple of just gentle flicks. You don't want to squeeze them too hard and crush them, but you can probably see here now that it's damp, but it's not sopping wet like it was, and that's about perfect now for growing in. So we'll start using those. When you buy these, they normally have a little hole drilled in them, but because I'm reusing ones I've used previously, just take your toothpick and just remake a little small hole in those just to drop the seed in. Yeah, so these are ready to go. I've done that on most of those. Again, why I use these, this is the 40mm elbow that I use in my Aeroponics tower, and you can see that it fits almost perfectly. You just got to squish the edges in a little bit, so perfect. So we're going to be planting some lettuce seed in these today. So you can see lettuce seed is pretty small, so hard to pick up. They're too small for my fat fingers, so one thing I found online that I use now is just the water and a toothpick. So if you just dip the toothpick in the water, touch it on the seed should stick, and it just lets you drop them easily into the hole, unless you do that and drop it on the edge. But anyway, the toothpick will let me try and get that in there properly. I normally put 2 seeds per Rockwool cube, just to allow for, germination. Sometimes the seed won't germinate, and I try to put them on each side of the hole, if that makes sense. So I'll put 1 seed on one side and 1 on the other. Sometimes I've had funny things happen, like reusing these. One time I forgot I'd put coriander or cilantro in there, which takes about 3 weeks to germinate. I thought it hadn't worked, so I reused the cubes, and then I had lettuce and coriander in 1 cube, which was a good mix. So here we go. I'm not going to video all of these, so I'll just do these last 2. Stick around as well till the end of the video. I've got a couple of links to my Aeroponics tower, how to build one, so you can see how this all fits together. So once you've got your seeds in there, all we need to do is pinch these holes closed, and you can see, sometimes you can see which way the thread of the Rockwool is running, and you can just pinch along that. So you can see that here, just pinching it closed, and that's just about the perfect environment for a seed. It's dark in there, humid, moist. The seed doesn't need anything else. The seed's got all of the energy it needs to sprout and come out, so you don't need to use any nutrient. It's just plain water in these cubes. You can see I've got them sitting on a bed of perlite. All I do is, once the seed germinates and pops through the top, I'll put some water or really weak nutrient solution in on this perlite, and that'll just let it wick up a little bit into the Rockwool cube to stop it drying out. But that's all you need to do, and I'll do another video later on and show you how this went. Okay, so here's some links to my other videos. Really appreciate the comments and subscribers. It's really amazing. Thanks very much. I'll keep doing these, and I'll look forward to seeing you at the next one. Cheers.